Senator Chuck Schumer is now leading a push to get a local community its own zip code. CBS 6's Jennifer Mullen explains what it would mean to the people who live there and why the Postal Service says this is a complicated process.
The town supervisor of Halfmoon tells me that in the coming days they're going to be collecting petition signatures to help make a unique zip code a reality for this town. It's been a request since 2004, but it hasn't formally been brought up until today.
The zip code's a point of pride. It identifies where we have our own little piece of the rock, the town we call home.
And right now, the town of Halfmoon shares their zip code with 4 other towns, creating confusion for residents and emergency responders.
We are a country that deals with crisis, and sometimes we foresee things that need to be changed, but because there's no emergency data to support that, we don't change. And then when somebody gets hurt or dies, we now realize that we should have done that before. My thing is, let's not wait till there's that crisis.
At some point that could happen to me. If I ever have something where I have to have an ambulance coming to my house for emergency service, I want to make sure they can get here.
Senator Chuck Schumer agrees, and at a news conference held at Town Hall, he says it's now a priority for him.
Did you take a look at the address on the way in? Guess what it says? It's listed as Clifton Park. That just seems so unfair and wrong to me.
Senator Schumer is calling on the U.S. Postal Service to start a zip code boundary review process. The Postal Service has received his request and tells CBS 6 they will be looking into it.
This may not seem like a big deal at first, but it really can be a major hindrance. It's not just an inconvenience. It's far more serious than that.
Halfmoon is home to 22,000 residents, and the Postal Service says while there are many benefits to a new zip code, there's also a lot of hardships. But locals Sharon Silverman tells CBS 6 the cons will be worth it as long as it fixes the problem she's been dealing with for the last 8 years.
It's frustrating, and we keep getting an answer. You know, when we ask them, do we have to put mechanic fill? And they say, well, if you want to get your mail.
A spokesperson for the Postal Service says they do not change zip codes solely for identity, but that Halfmoon has other reasons, and they do notice that. But they say there's a lot that goes into changing a zip code that people may not realize. There's a lot to look at internally and externally, and they're going to be doing that over the course of the next couple of months. In Halfmoon, Jennifer Mullen, CBS 6 News.